Hey, what's going on, everybody? This edition of Wrestling with Heat, it's going to be an NBA edition. It's going to be a special NBA edition. We're going to talk about the Western Conference Finals, the Eastern Conference Finals. We're going to preview both of those. We're going to see, we're going to talk about what we expect to see from Kawhi Leonard, Giannis, Steph Curry, and of course Damian Lillard, the biggest stars in the conference finals this year. We're going to talk some free agency, but since we didn't get a chance to talk about the draft, and I know the draft lottery just happened as I'm recording this intro. Of course, the podcast was recorded on Sunday. This intro is being recorded on Wednesday, so we're a full 24 hours removed from the draft lottery, and my Knicks came up a little short. We got of Zion. We got the number 3 pick, so I'm expecting that we're going to be drafting either Ja Morant or RJ Barrett. Of course, we've seen the news that Memphis is very high on Ja Morant, and he's not going to be slipping any further past the number 2 slot. But I would also not be surprised at all if they end up taking RJ Barrett, because a lot of people do think that RJ Barrett is actually the best player in this draft, that he's better than Zion, he's better than Ja Morant. I don't personally see that, but I'm hoping that it's enough so the Knicks can make a trade for Anthony Davis. That's really the highlight of the NBA this year. It's the drama, the free agency, the trades. Everybody wants to know where people are going, and I'm one of those. I'm super excited for it. But, it's going to be a crazy offseason. I'm not too much looking forward to this finals. Honestly, the Eastern Conference is a little bit dull. It's Kawhi Leonard and Giannis, two of the flattest personalities in the NBA. And then it's just the Warriors. I think we all have Warriors fatigue. We got a KD less Warriors as well. We don't know how long he's going to be out for, but I'm hoping that we all can enjoy this this podcast, and we can enjoy the finals. But really the highlight is the off season. To reel it back, that's really what it's all about. It's become HBO. We're also fixated on where is Kyrie Irving going. Oh, Kyrie said this. Kyrie said that. Oh, Kevin Durant said this. Kevin Durant said that. Oh, Kevin Durant's going here. He's got, the business venture that's taking place in New York. I can't remember the name of the company right now, but maybe his plan is to get a stake in the Knicks and ownership. I don't know, but I know he wants to prove that he's his own man. So I'm just as I'm recording this intro, man, I really hope that you all enjoy this podcast. Like I said, thank you. All right, we're live, bro. Let's do it. Let's get right into it, man.
Shalom, folks.
What a shot by Kawhi Leonard. We're literally 5 minutes removed from that insane last second buzzer beater by Kawhi.
Cold-blooded.
That's probably the best shot in the NBA playoffs since Kyrie's big shot a few years back when he was on the Cavs.
I mean, it's probably one of the best serious clinchers. Oh wait, Dame just had that epic shit over Paul George. So I'm still gonna go with Paul George and Dame. That was epic.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot about that one momentarily. And yeah, Dame hit that. What was it, like a 38 footer, 40 footer in Paul George's face?
Yeah, but Kawhi just went bonkers in the fourth. He just went bonkers.
Okay, can we talk about that shot for a second? I think it's hilarious how people are saying, "Oh, Paul George didn't play any defense. Oh, how you not get out on him, Paul George?"
No, he did play defense. Dame just played better offense.
Yeah, but did you see on ESPN and TNT and all that how the analysts were saying that Paul George played no defense on that play?
He did. Do you understand where he shot that ball from? That's an unexpected shot to make.
Yeah, I don't know. They're like, oh, you can't leave Dame Lillard open. What do you mean leaving Dame open? He was right there in his face.
All over him, and then Dame just waved goodbye.
It's Dame time.
I think that one's greater to me just because the swagger that was into the shot.
Yeah, that was a really good shot, man. That was the best shot since that Kyrie shot, bro. That shot that he took in Steph's face, legendary.
Yeah, legendary.
And that brings me back to that one Ray Allen hit in the corner.
Oh, what's up, Miami? Yeah,
Crazy.
Yeah, Ray Allen saved the championship run.
Yeah, let's talk about the now though. So I watched this shot like 4 times just now. And Kawhi Leonard gets the ball. He's fading out of bounds. It looks like the shot came up flat, right? It hits the front of the rim. You know, it looks like it's not going in, but then it bounces off the backboard and it trickles, sits on the rim for a second, and then drops in. It was crazy. It was so much suspense in like a 5-second move.
It was literally like a movie.
So much suspense, like wow. And then like Kawhi's face, he's in shock, and then Joel Embiid is crying, hugging Marc Gasol. Man, never expected to see Joel Embiid cry, right?
I mean, he looked ridiculously sad when that shot happened. I didn't think he'd end up crying. He was weeping.
What do you expect though from the guy? You know, he plays his heart out. I know he's a troll. He's an infamous troll on Instagram, but man, he gave it his all and he got crushed.
I mean, yeah, but if we can talk in wrestling language for a moment, I mean, he tries to portray himself as the ultimate cocky heel, and then he had such a babyface moment, you know, pouting and crying.
Yeah. So what does this mean for the Sixers? Let's talk about that for a brief moment. What does this mean for Philly? Are they gonna? Who do you think they're gonna sign? Jimmy Butler, or you think they're gonna sign Tobias?
It's a really good question. Personally, I think they should. I think Tobias is gone because I just feel like he's been underutilized on this team. This guy was scoring 20 a game in the Clippers. He's very talented. I don't think he's being utilized the correct way. And in Philadelphia, they made him more of a catch-and-shoot guy where he can do much more. So I just think for basketball purposes, Tobias should leave. But personally speaking, my opinion, I do think Jimmy's gone.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. I think Jimmy needs to go somewhere like Brooklyn where he can take all the shots and yell at all the young guys and be the dad of the team, you know?
He's not the guy, but he wants to be in a team where he is the guy.
Yeah.
And there is a team out there that'll make him at least feel like you're a guy.
Right, exactly. You know, we've seen what he did to those poor kids in Minnesota. All right, I don't want to go off on a tangent, but
they're supposed to be wolves, and he made them puppies. Yes.
Made them pups. But yeah, so, man, Toronto. Wow, so Toronto's going to the conference finals for the first time in God knows how long. Have they even made it to the conference finals before?
2 years. It's been 2 years.
It's been 2 years? They went to the conference finals 2 years back?
Yeah.
Okay. Got my memories given out on me. So, man, I don't even know where to start. Like, Kawhi Leonard, like, that's all I can say is he did everything for this team. Literally everything in this Game 7, Kawhi Leonard was.
And I was telling
there.
you while we were texting about the game, you're like, oh, I don't know, Toronto might pull a Toronto, Philly's taking over. I'm like, listen, if this game stays close, Kawhi Leonard will take them to the promised land.
That he did. He definitely did.
He's that good.
He had 41 points on 39 shots. Very efficient though, 16 for 39. I mean, it's not bad. You know, I mean, it's a little bit under 50%. 8 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals. Literally did it all in 43 minutes. Like, incredible performance by Kawhi Leonard. Another guy that stood out to me because there really wasn't much help for him was Serge Ibaka. How big was Serge Ibaka in this game? He had 3 threes, 6 of 10 from the field. He was there. He was like the only guy that showed up, right? Besides Kawhi.
I don't think they reached the point to the winning the game without Serge's contributions. Kawhi was doing what Kawhi did, but they were literally not getting much from anybody else. Serge gave them a huge lift.
Yeah,
huge.
Big. But how good is Kawhi? I mean, I know you say Kawhi is the best player in the East. Let's look ahead for a second. He's going to be matched up against Giannis, and I'm expecting he's going to be guarding Giannis. You know, maybe Siakam will get on him, but I think the way to beat Giannis though is to give him different looks. Like, I don't think you can give him one person the whole game. I think you gotta have a class of different people guarding him, and they have a few guys that can in Siakam and Ibaka. You know, you could even put Marc Gasol on him for a little bit just to give him a different look. But I mean, it's going to be a duel, right, between those two teams.
Versus a robot. Like, Kawhi's a robot and then Giannis is a freak. So it's going to be a great matchup. I do think Giannis has never faced or had defense on him the way Kawhi's going to defend him. He has not faced that type of physical, just on-ball hawking the way Kawhi's going to guard him in the playoffs so far.
Yeah, what do you think is the key to victory for the Bucks?
Giannis is going to do what he does. I think the key with them, for them, is going to be with the key. What was for them the last is their role players have to continue to step up, continue to give them key contributions from George Hill, from Lopez. Just multiple players have to step up, but their three-point shooting has to be efficient and good. Because a team like Toronto, especially if Kawhi's on the floor, if they go on those little lows where they stop making three-point shots and they're not getting any contributions from the bench when Giannis is on the bench, Kawhi and Toronto will go on a run, and they will keep that lead. They're not like Boston, that even if your bench is in, and they can still get a big lead. This is a team that knows who they are. Did you see Toronto's defense down the stretch?
Yeah, they were really locking up. They made
Philly
it tough.
couldn't get a good shot off.
Yeah, they made it tough for everybody with the ball. I think that they had a shot clock violation, or they waited till 0 seconds on the clock to get a shot up, like 4 possessions in a row down the stretch. And you just can't have that.
Yeah, man. I'm back. Yeah, man. You just can't have it against a team like that. I think Toronto and Milwaukee go 7 games. What about you?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's really, that's really the case here. These two are the best 2 teams in the East, and I do want to talk about these teams met 4 times this past regular season. The Bucks won 3 out of the 4 matchups, and most of the games were close except for one. The first time they met, the Bucks won by 2 times rather. The Bucks won by 15 one time, and they won by 13 most recently back on January 31st.
Was Kawhi playing in all those?
Let me see.
Did you know his little load management crap?
He did not play in one of those games. He didn't play in the first matchup, and they got beat. I'm assuming he didn't play in the second one, in the last one either. Oh, he played in the last matchup when they got beat by 13. But
okay, so three out of the 4, they have played Kawhi, so they don't really know a good dose of what to expect from a fully functioning Toronto team with Kawhi there at the centerpiece.
Well, actually, they played 2. Yeah, never mind. Yeah, 3 out of the 4. Yeah, so yeah, they never played playoff Kawhi either.
Remember how we had that conversation and we were talking about how it's scary that we're not even seeing peak Kawhi right now?
This is peak Kawhi right now.
Yeah, he's peaking. That's the scary part. Right now is where he's just getting in rhythm and he's getting comfortable, which means hell for the other team.
And I think a lot of people looked at Kawhi and they were like, "Oh, he's a system player. He's a Popovich player."
I didn't know that. I didn't think that. Yeah.
And a lot of people were like, "Oh, man, if he leaves the Spurs, he won't be able to carry a team." And he's definitely doing all that and then some for Toronto. I mean, yeah, they have Marc Gasol. Yeah, they have Kyle Lowry, but Kyle Lowry was not there this game. He made some big plays on defense, but outside of that, I mean, he really wasn't a factor on offense. I think his injury is going to be one to monitor because they need some kind of production from their point guard, right?
I think they need to also bench Marc Gasol, bro, because Marc Gasol's giving them really nothing.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to play a lot of minutes against Milwaukee because they're going to have to put Siakam or Ibaka on Brook Lopez. Marc Gasol will get eaten alive by Brook Lopez. He won't be able to get out there for the 3-point line and then make it back to the paint as well to play help defense.
Mark Orbs or Serge won't be able to guard Brook Lopez. Brook Lopez needs to have a good series against Toronto. He really does.
Yeah, he's the key outside of Giannis, I think, because they don't have an answer really for Brook. I mean, but does Milwaukee have an answer for Kawhi? That's the thing. I mean, they're not going to want to put Giannis on him all the time because they don't want Giannis to waste all his energy trying to stop Kawhi.
If it's not Giannis, then it's no one, bro.
Yeah, I know they don't have anyone else that can guard him. You don't want Chris Middleton on him.
Unless you want Chris Middleton in foul trouble. I mean, I literally think there's nobody on that team besides Giannis maybe that can stop Kawhi Leonard. Yeah. And he's in a rhythm right now. That's the scary part.
Yeah, that is not a good thing. Not a good look, when Kawhi's in rhythm. But let's talk about how the Bucks got to the conference finals. Got to talk about that for a minute.
I don't want to.
And the Celtics just looked They look lifeless, man. Aside from that one win,
Christ, why do we have to talk about this?
we got to.
Yeah, the Celtics look horrible. They look like a very divided, very selfish, heartless. I don't mean to sound corny, but you always hear that expression when it comes to Celtics and how hard they play and the reputation that they have, Celtic pride. You saw none of that with this team.
Are you about ready to take Kyrie to the airport?
Here's the thing. If you look at it from a business aspect, from a GM aspect, I get why they don't want him to leave. You don't want to lose the asset. Now, the personality, do I want the personality and the toxicity he's brought to the team gone? Yes. He's been a horrible leader. He has been toxic. And from October, when he said, I plan on resigning here, to February 1st, where the Garden rumors started to percolate again, and they interviewed him in Madison Square Garden in the midst of a Celtics winning streak where the energy was high and things were starting to look up for the Celtics. He had an opportunity to squash those rumors again. And what did he do? He reignited those rumors again and said, ask me July 1st. I don't owe anybody shit.
Yep.
Kevin, I really think from that statement, it doomed the Celtics season.
Wasn't that when like Kyrie was trying to have practice meetings and the other guys just were walking away?
No, I never heard that about that.
Like how Kyrie was trying to get everybody together and they were just like, nah, dude, you're on your own.
Nah, the team was on a positive note. February.
No, shortly after is when that stuff started happening. When the team started falling apart, like they started like being distant in the hotel lobbies. Like they stopped hanging out and stuff.
I didn't read that about that, but I'm just saying from a fan's perspective, that's where the energy in the team died, bro. When he said that, where he didn't deny that and he reignited that, it doomed the Celtics season because you're the leader. You're the guy. You're the leader, and you're supposed to assume that responsibility to temper the team down, and you divide the team with that comment. So in that essence, I want him gone, but losing the talent of Kyrie would be tough.
That's a tough talent to replace. I mean, Kyrie is, he's a top 3 point guard for sure. He's one of the best players in the league. It's tough to replace a guy like Kyrie.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Losing the talent would definitely hurt. This is the only scenarios I see. He walks, and they just build with the young core that they have. He stays, but he tells them, listen, I'll stay. But the only way I'm staying is if you get rid of all these young cats, trade for Anthony Davis, and put me around veterans.
I think they will trade for Anthony Davis if he stays.
Oh, yeah. If he stays, I think they're making that trade immediately.
Oh, what do you think about the rumors that he wants to go to LA?
What do you think about it? I want to get your opinion first.
Well, I don't know if it's gonna happen. I know it's just the Lakers are the hotbed. I know the media needs something to talk about, so the Lakers are always gonna be in everybody's mouth. They're the biggest brand, so piggybacking on anything Lakers is big for them for clicks and whatnot. I don't think there's any truth to it. Kyrie obviously wanted to get away from LeBron for a reason, so I don't think he's gonna want to go back to a LeBron who's older, who's more set in his ways and who's just not focused on basketball anymore. I don't see why Kyrie would want to go there.
I'll put it like this: when he first requested that trade from Cleveland, he got even more respect from me because he acknowledged for him to reach the potential that he wanted to reach and the greatness that he wanted to be, he needed to get away from LeBron and find that greatness on his own. And it's pretty ballsy for a 25-year-old at that time to have that realization. That's why I respected him. Like, wow, many people are comfortable playing with LeBron James and being second fiddle and be like, listen, I'm winning chips, I'm going to the finals. He wanted to assume that responsibility and achieve his level of greatness on his own, with his own team.
I also think he saw the writing on the wall, too, that LeBron was going to leave anyway.
That was a separate game of chess, though. That I also respected, too, because he saw the writing on the wall. He said, all right, you're not going to play me before. You're not going to play me. I'm going to play you first. I respected that. But if he goes back to that man and be his secondary star, or even if it's a case of LeBron hands the keys over to him in LA, if he goes back to that, it just negates all of the purpose of why he left him in the first place, and I would lose a lot of respect for him.
Yeah, it would be tough, and what part of you thinks that it's just Kyrie playing a gimmick? Where it's like, because remember when he first requested the trade from Cleveland and everybody was like, oh, Kyrie's the bad guy. Kyrie didn't want to play with poor LeBron. Kyrie, how dare Kyrie want to leave LeBron? How dare him want to leave championships? So you think Kyrie, with all his actions and his interviews and everything, he's just kind of playing up to that persona?
Yeah, I think a part of it, he likes to play a mysterious, cryptic gimmick, and he just likes to keep people guessing. But a part of me thinks, Kyrie's just different. He's a weird cat, bro. I mean,
he is.
He's just very moody and very just over philosophical with his answers. He's just a different cat.
Yeah, he is. He's one of the most unique characters in the league. But so let's talk about what went down with the Bucks and the Celtics. Though, like the Bucks win in 4 games, in 5 games rather.
Yes.
They had the easiest, most dominant performance of the Eastern Conference Finals. But it was like every time the Bucks got a little lead, you saw the heart just wasn't there this year from the Celtics. Like Terry Rozier was playing small minutes. Gordon Hayward was playing small minutes, and he wasn't effective. They got Marcus Smart back, but Marcus Smart really wasn't Marcus Smart. And then, Tatum took a significant step back, and I don't think it's Tatum's regression. I just think it's Tatum not having the ball in his hands as often as he needs it.
Yeah, I mean, you got to understand, what happened last year in the Eastern Conference was the best and maybe even more the worst thing for the team, because you got young guys now who see their capabilities, know what they're capable of in terms of production, and they want to be playing major minutes. Then you have the 2 major stars returning who they invested years and money into returning, and they are ready to contribute to a level that they are expected to because they were brought in for a certain reason. That's a clash right there. And then Coach Stevens, listen, if people are bashing Brad Stevens saying he's a bad coach, needs to be fired, show the fuck out. Every good coach, every great coach has a bad year. Brad Stevens had a bad year. The man even admitted it himself. It was too much egos and too much everybody trying to get their light and their money in on this team. Terry Rozier, he's playing for a contract. He can't get his minutes. And when he does get his minutes, it's all him. He's going to check up shots. Marcus Morris, he's in a contract year. He's going to get up shots. Gordon Hayward wants to prove himself again. Kyrie wants to prove he's the guy. Jalen wants to prove he can play. Tatum wants to show he's the next Kobe. There's so much moving parts where it's just like, it's very hard. They had too much talent. Almost.
Do you think Jason Tatum can be the next guy? Do you think he could be the quote unquote next Kobe Bryant?
I don't know about the next Kobe, because Kobe was like a mentality-driven guy.
No, I'm not saying like he's gonna be the next Kobe, but I'm saying can he be the next guy that carries the ship of the NBA?
Yes.
So you think he could be the next face of the league?
No, he can be a face of a franchise.
Okay. So you think he could carry the Celtics to perennial contenders?
I don't know if they decide to go forward with them, yes. But he has a lot of holes in his game where he needs to fix. His ball handling is disgusting. He needs to stop shooting 30-foot fallaways because it's just like stop.
Because he's not Kobe. He needs to stop with those like elbow shots where he's trying to be Kobe 2.0, and I think he needs to be Jason Tatum.
Yes, every time he goes to the rim, he scores. Yep. Every time.
Mm-hmm. His corner 3 is spectacular. He has good footwork and he can post, but it's not his only thing.
Yeah, he needs to have some maturity in his game and be patient with the process. But I think he can be a great, great, great player. But unfortunately, if Kyrie commits, he may not be a Celtic for long.
Who, Tatum?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he'll be down there in New Orleans with Zion and chilling out there, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he could be a Pelican, but
not with Zion. I'm sorry, I don't know why I said that, but with Drew Holiday.
Yeah.
But let's talk about how great the Bucks were, though, because I mean, we can't take anything away from them. Giannis was great throughout this whole series. There was really, you guys didn't have an answer for him. Mirotic was pretty good too. Honestly, I mean, he didn't score a lot, but
this is why I hate to get back on the Celtics, but before I transition to the Bucks, this is why the Celtics are so weird to me. It's the weirdest Celtics team I can remember, because Game 1 they had a phenomenal defensive game plan against Giannis, and they just went away from that game plan the next 4 games. But that being said, the Bucks are just a team in every sense, like a true team. They stick together in every facet of the game, offensively, defensively. If they're down, they don't play down. They just keep playing hard. Giannis is making his teammates his playmaking ability, which is scarier, got even better. Like he makes his teammates so much. This is a very well-rounded team. Like they earned those 60 games they won.
And he's by far the best two-way player in the league too. On top of that, you know, he gets back on defense. He's a force in the paint. I mean, he blocks shots at will. You know, you can't get past him, huh?
And his 3-point shots going in.
And his 3-point, yeah, his threes are going in. Yeah, he's making threes. He's pretty good at the free throw line. I mean, he's not great, but he's better at the free throw line than he's been. I think I don't know. It's gonna be tough for Toronto, and I'm excited for the series with Milwaukee and Toronto. I'm super excited for it.
The only thing that concerns me for Milwaukee in the next series is there are large portion of moments where Bledsoe and Lopez disappear, and they're not giving you anything, and that showed a little bit in the Celtics series. The Celtics were just lifeless and couldn't take advantage of it. That's the only thing that concerns me because I feel like Toronto might take advantage of that.
Yeah, like those times where you said Middleton and Bledsoe disappear, right?
No, Lopez and
Bledsoe. Yeah, Bledsoe has been like that all season, though. Bledsoe will give you one good game, and then he'll give you two or three, average or bad games, and then he'll come back and have another good game. So it just depends on what Bledsoe they get. But if you're worried about Eric Bledsoe, if you're Toronto, you're gonna be making a big mistake, because you go in there and you worry about stopping everybody around Giannis. Giannis is gonna just run right through you.
Oh, no, I'm not talking about defending him. I'm just talking about in terms of production for the Milwaukee's offense. Because it can't just be all Giannis.
Yeah, no, you're right. It can't all be Giannis, but if they don't focus on him, because like you said, the Celtics had a good game plan the first game or two where they like I was saying earlier, they were giving Giannis different looks, so they were trapping him. That's what you got to do. You got to trap Giannis, and you got to force Eric Bledsoe to make threes. Force Brook Lopez to make threes. Yes, they can, but at some point those threes aren't going to fall.
That, and I think you got to take away that first initial spin that Giannis is trying to do, where he creates that space where he drives to the basket.
Man, how lethal is that? The handles and the grace that he shows.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a phenomenal matchup because you have the MVP and the guy who, when he's at his peak, is always in the MVP conversation.
Yeah, like that. It's gonna be a fun one to watch, and I don't know. I think the Bucks are a deeper team than Toronto.
Oh, they are. Toronto has more talent in their bench, but the Milwaukee is deeper because the collection of talent that they have on their team plays more cohesively better.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Brogdon is no slouch. He's a guy that can come off the bench and be a spark. Ilya Silva can hit a few threes. George Hill is better in a minor role. I don't know. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be a good series, man. I'm not sure what to think about it, but let's talk about the Western Conference for a minute. Let's talk about the Warriors and the Rockets. Mm-hmm. Actually, I'm sorry, the Warriors and the Trailblazers, rather. So we saw the Trailblazers get their Game 7 win, and we saw the Warriors put away the Rockets in 6 games. What do you think it is for the Rockets? Like, what do you think? What do you think the next thing to do for the Rockets is? Should they trade somebody?
I mean, I hope they don't get to that point where they feel like we got to blow this whole thing up. I think they just need to get better complementary players.
How do they do that though? I mean, with Harden and Paul owed about like $85 million or whatever it is, $80 million.
Capella had $90 million. You have Capella, Harden, and Chris Paul just eating away at your cap space. You could have just re-signed Ariza for $15 million, which is nothing. You didn't do it. So I don't know what their future holds because it's just like I don't think this was their year this year, regardless of what happened. I think last year was their best shot.
How if you're the Houston Rockets, how do you let a group of like G League players like Looney and who was the other guy? Quinn Cook. How do you let these guys beat you? You've got world class players. You've got James Harden, Chris Paul, Capella, PJ Tucker. You got world class players all across the boards, and you're letting Looney out hustle you. I don't understand.
that's the part where I'm talking about. That's just unacceptable, and like they're a team that doesn't have that killer instinct. Like the moment I saw Kevin Durant get hurt, and it implied that injury was going to keep him out of the series, then fuck that. The injury that happened during the game, the minute I see him being carted off the court, my eyes would open wide up and I would smell blood because that's our opening to beat this team and get a serious lead and go back to Houston 3-2.
I just have to interject real quick. When Kevin Durant's injury happened, I was like, oh no, my Knicks are done next year.
I was like, as a Celtics fan, I was like, we might be able to keep the fucker. It's because if KD can't come to New York, what the fuck is he going to New York with? I was like, oh crap. Yeah. Houston it was handed to them on a silver platter. Here, take this game, take the win, go back to Houston, beat them. You pulled off the upset. They couldn't do it.
All you got to do is beat a struggling Steph Curry, a washed up Andre Iguodala, a declining Draymond Green, and a bunch of G Leaguers, right? And Klay Thompson. And then I think what happened was when Kevin Durant got injured, they were like, oh, we got this. We don't have to play as hard. And they took their foot off the gas. And then Steph Curry showed up and was like, this is my team. You forgot. This ain't Kevin Durant's team. This is my team.
They play too cool. Like, do you not understand? They have 2 Hall of Fame level superstars still on their team with Durant on. Do you not understand that? Like, I don't know why they took their foot off the gas pedal. Like, you had the game, you didn't take it. Then you get back to Houston Game 6, where you have all the odds in your favor to win this game because they still don't have Durant. Curry's struggling, and all the other factors you just mentioned. You played so nonchalant and cool that you allowed Steph Curry to heat up in the second half, and it was donezo after that.
Yeah, Steph Curry, he went off in both second halves of Games 5 and 6. I mean, Game 6... he didn't score in the first half at all. He came back and finished the game with 33 points, all in the second half.
That was legendary, by the way. That was legendary.
Yeah, Steph Curry submitted himself. He came back and he said, this is my team. It's always been my team. It's still my team. And he carried his team to the Eastern Conference or the Western Conference Finals. Klay Thompson was big too. Let's not discount Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson is phenomenal. He's so good. He's more than a spot-up shooter.
Game 6, Klay.
Yep. He's more than a spot-up shooter now, man. He could do it all. He could post you up. He could play make. Klay could do it all.
If they don't max out Klay Thompson, if I'm Klay Thompson, all that you've given this organization, I would be highly offended and leave. Because he deserves every dollar of that max contract.
I don't know if he'll get it. I don't know. That's tough. Because if they let Klay walk, because what if they look at Klay and they're like, oh, you're just Steph Curry's little brother, and they're like, we're not really a max player.
Pay the bill, bro.
Man, it wouldn't surprise me though. The way NBA organizations work, man, it would not surprise me. But yeah, the Warriors. Is Kevin Durant gonna play next series? Do you think?
They said he's due back for the conference finals. So I would do to play it safe. I'd bring him back game 2 or 3. And they also say DeMarcus is due back in the conference finals, which makes me feel like Portland might get robbed.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Portland's playing well though. CJ McCollum's looking like a superstar. CJ McCollum is looking like a superstar. He had a fantastic game 7.
Really? Oh yeah, CJ. I saw that game. CJ was sensational.
Yeah. So Damian Lillard scored 13 points, and the Blazers still won in a tough game 7.
The only way I see Portland giving Golden State real serious is they got to play rugged, smash mouth, ground and pound type basketball against Golden State. Like they got to be super physical.
Yeah, and his Cantor's been good. He's been physical.
He's been great.
And his Rodney Hood.
Buckets.
Rodney Hood has been balling.
Buckets. He has boosted his stock in the league again.
Man, and how about that legendary 4 overtime game that Rodney Hood came in and won? Without Rodney Hood, the Blazers don't win that game.
Dude, this has been a really good series. Portland Denver was a really, really good series.
Yeah, and Portland definitely earned it. C.J. McCollum was out to show Kevin Durant that the Trailblazers are serious contenders. And I think this is going to be a hot matchup. I mean, and you think this one's going to go 7 as well?
No, I think Portland and Golden State, the max it'll go to is 6 games.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I'm gonna be glued watching it, man. It's nice to see some different looks for Golden State.
I mean, there's just some great storylines heading into these conference finals. You got the Greek Freak versus Kawhi. You've got brother versus brother in the conference finals with Steph and Seth. It's gonna be good.
The biggest story is the two best point guards in the game going at it.
Yeah, Dame and Seth is gonna be fun, and because we all know what Dame does when he takes it serious personally. Just ask OKC.
Yeah, we know, and apparently C.J. McCollum too when he gets personal. Do you think Enes Kanter can hold up though?
I mean, dude, I'm a Muslim. I know how tough fasting can be. He's producing and giving them double games while fasting. No food, no water in his system for over 18 hours.
Incredible.
So I think he's going to be very well, and I think he's going to be good. I think he's going to be a major factor against Golden State because his ability to grab rebounds, and he's actually playing really good team defense. And see, DeMarcus has been really bad on defense in Portland, so he might be a liability. And Golden State.
He's gonna earn himself a max contract too, and his Kanter. Not a max contract, but a big payday.
A sizable contract.
He'll get a big payday. Yeah, he'll get some money. He'll get like 15, 16 a year, maybe 20 a year.
Maybe he's back in New York with the other New York team.
Brooklyn.
Yeah, I could see him in Brooklyn though.
Good. Let him go to Brooklyn. Yeah, this is something like the matchup of Steph and Dame is just going to be awesome. Those guys trading threes and getting in each other's face is going to be better than Dame and Russ.
I got to give credit, though, to Denver, though. They proved me wrong. They shut me the fuck up. They are a tough, hard-nosed team. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, can you hear me?
You were muted. Oh. Yeah, you were muted. Yeah, they're a tough, hard-nosed team. They're going to be a force to be reckoned with down the line. Who knows? They could get somebody big in the offseason, but that's a very, very well coached team.
Jamal Murray is the real deal.
And I've never seen anything like Jock in my life.
No, he's so good. Yeah, Jokic, man. Jokic is.
Jokic. I'm sorry, I'm saying his name wrong.
He's the best big man in the game right now. Not even close.
Yes, arguably, like that guy.
He's a walk-in triple-double. And
he's still like not even in his prime.
And he's not even in shape. He's fat.
Yeah. If he lost a little bit of weight, got a little lean, get a little more agile and athletic, he'd be.
And he was dying out there in that 4 overtime game.
He's a fat fuck. Yeah.
Oh gosh, man, they played like 60 minutes. He played like 60 minutes or something crazy.
I mean, but distance, height wise, yeah, he looks like a basketball player. But if you look at his body, you do not look like a basketball player.
Now, to go back to the Trailblazers Warriors matchup, I don't know how I feel about this because you're gonna have Draymond's gonna be guarding Steph, right? And then you're gonna have Klay on McCollum. It's gonna be difficult for those two guys to work.
Yeah, it is. But then again, McCollum and Damian are so much more improved defensively. Defensively, this is the most improved I've seen these guys.
Yeah, and Dame has added so many layers to his game. He gets in the paint. His paint game is Dwayne Wade-esque. Back when he looks like Dwayne Wade to me, just when he drives in the paint.
McCollum?
Yeah, no, Dame.
Yeah, just that quick first step.
And I don't. Do you think Draymond has the speed and the lateral quickness to keep up with Dame?
No.
So they're probably gonna put Draymond on him, but you think that's the best move?
Yeah, I think Draymond could stop him in spurts. You're not fully gonna be able to stop a player like Dame. He's such a great player. You just hope to stabilize him. But I do think I don't think I think Clay will stop Dame, but I don't know about Draymond because just that Dame's just on another level right now. If he sees any big or any big on him, he takes advantage of it. Like he was torturing Denver's bigs.
He was.
Yeah.
He was, but none of them have the athleticism that Draymond has.
True, but it'll be an interesting matchup though for sure.
Yes, sir. Yeah. So, what are you looking forward to like the most though? Like going forward.
Tuesday. Well, Tuesday's draft lottery, so Tuesday has the biggest implications on the draft and where people are going to be moving free agency wise, because that really determines a lot of moves. So your next fate is decided Tuesday. We will know if Zion is neck bound Tuesday.
Yeah, I'm excited. I can't wait.
Yeah, we'll know Tuesday.
So we'll know if Anthony Davis is Knicks bound, rather.
Thank you. Yes, we'll know if Anthony Davis is neck bound because if put it like this, and we're going to speak in a decoded language right now. Knicks get number 1 pick. That equals Kyrie. That equals Durant, and that equals Anthony Davis.
That's a big 3. That's a scary big 3.
That's it. That's what that equals. Knicks don't get number 1 pick. That's a lot. That changes a lot of other stuff then.
That's probably Kevin Durant and Jimmy Butler then.
Or maybe not Kevin Durant.
Yeah, maybe just Jimmy Butler.
This is why I feel like Kevin Durant getting injured is kind of a blessing in disguise for the Warriors. Because it gives him a moment to reflect and look back at how much of basketball greatness he's a part of.
Yeah, he's a part of a dynasty.
You can't tell me he wasn't on his living room couch watching Game 6 against the Rockets and getting super amped and super hyped for his team.
He was.
So that could make him really reevaluate his options to me and be like, wow, listen, I'm really a part of something special. Fuck a 3-peat. We go for a 4-peat, 5-peat. Who the fuck's going to stop us? You know, I mean, if he really wants to get greedy with it, what does he need to prove he's the guy for? He's Kevin fucking Durant. People know what he can do.
Yeah, but he'll always be looked at as second best on the Warriors, though.
If that was the case, then he would have never went there. Who gives 2 shits? You went there for rings. You got that.
Yeah, you got that.
You wanted rings. If you wanted that title, the guy, you would have stayed in OKC.
Yeah, well, he wanted the rings. Now he wants the title of being known as the guy.
Like, you know what's better than getting money? More money. So keep getting your money. Keep getting rings.
Hey, he'll get his money in New York. New York will pay him. Or whoever. The Clippers, whoever it is.
I know, but if you get your 3rd ring, why not get 4? Why not get 5? Remember when LeBron said, not 5, not 6, not 7, all that crap? That's actually possible with the Warriors. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, that's actually possible. That could actually be a full-on fruition.
Will that be the possibility, though, if Clay leaves? Because then they're not going to be... Clay's going to have to bounce.
Dude, they have an extremely rich ownership. They can pay the luxury bill. It's possible to keep them both in the same team.
I don't know if they'll be able to offer 2 max contracts. I don't know how that works.
No, it's possible. It's just a matter of do they want to pay that luxury bill? Because if they pay that luxury bill, it'll be the largest luxury bill in NBA history.
Yeah, then the NBA will go on strike and all this nonsense.
I mean, it's their money. You got to put somebody on strike for doing what they want to do with their money. You know what I mean? But that's like, it's a question that he really has to ask himself because you're going into New York, you're building with a brand new team, but you're leaving a really fucking amazing situation.
Yeah, no, that's true. Well, yeah.
Like, I know you want him on your Knicks, Kev. I know you do. And I don't blame you. But I do know that a part of what I'm saying right now is resonating with you. Like, think about it. He's leaving an iconic team situation.
Yeah, no, I get that 100%. It's just like, when the whole situation with LeBron was going down, when everybody was saying all of last year, hey, LeBron's going to the Lakers, nobody believed it. It's very similar where everybody's saying KD to the Knicks and nobody's believing it.
No, I believe the LeBron thing just because when he teased it when he showed up to Lonzo's preseason game. He bought a house in LA during the offseason, which gave off the implications that he was planning to move there and have his family go there. His close relationship with Magic Johnson, the signs were there. But I also look at LeBron James. Like, LeBron James has never been part of a great organization.
Yeah, he's been on the Cavs.
Cavs, shitstorm. Miami was the only stable and championship pedigree organization he was a part of. He went to the Lakers for the opportunities, the chance to be the man in his own team, and with the Laker lore written all over it. I don't think he knew the shitstorm of an organization standpoint the Lakers are, but I think he sees it now. The Warriors are fantastic head to toe, organization, team wise. Like I don't know why he wants to leave.
Hey, we'll see come July 1st, right?
Dude, like, think about it. They have phenomenal ownership, great coach who was a champion himself as a player, all-star teammates. Like, dude, like, stop being in your feelings. You're in a great, phenomenal situation.
Hey, we'll see. Like I said, we'll see come July 1st. I think. I mean, I don't know. Like, what if Kevin Durant stays? What if he goes? I don't really care either way, man. I'm way past the point of believing in anything the Knicks do. You know, I know the Knicks dropped the ball and everything, so I'm past the point of believing in them. Like, I would not be shocked if we don't get anybody. And
No, I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt this time, Kev. I really am. I never give the Knicks the benefit of the doubt, but I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt solely because for you to trade Kristaps Porzingis for nothing, you must have had some type of.
Hey, we got Dennis Smith Jr., bro.
For you to trade Kristaps Porzingis for nothing. That means
2 first-round picks, though.
I'm not sitting on Dennis Smith Jr., but the compensation doesn't equate to the talent that you moved out. For you to move your franchise guy for picks and young players, you have to have some type of intel, some movement that's going to happen. And if you don't, then you are officially, without question, period, end of story, the dumbest motherfuckers in the NBA.
Yeah, we getting Jimmy Butler and Tobias, bro. That's why we traded Kristaps.
I mean, sheesh.
All right, bro. You ready to get out of here? You got anything else?
We'll be back next week. Give our reviews on the game ones of the conference finals and possibly the game two, depending on how the schedules are formatted. Like and comment to subscribe, guys, and we'll be back.
Yeah, we're also gonna be talking Money in the Bank too.
Oh yes, money.
I'm excited, man. Seth Rollins versus AJ Styles. What's the SmackDown? Kofi Kingston and Kevin Owens. Man, barn burner of a show, bro. Wild card rule.
Yeah, it should be a really good pay-per-view with Money in the Bank's actually a really good card this year. Yeah, it should be good.
Yep. All right, well, for now, hit us up on iTunes, Spotify, everywhere you get your podcasts, wrestlingwithheat.podbean.com. That's where we are. All right, well, we'll talk to you next week.